Roman?
Why are you on the floor?
Roman?
You've seen the images in the videos. The endless yellow walls, the damp carpet, the buzzing fluorescent lights. It's the Backrooms, one of the internet's most haunting urban legends. The story goes that you can accidentally detach from reality and end up trapped in this empty maze. But while most people see it as a piece of online horror, a theory claims it's something more. Let's find out more about it. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
I didn't do it, Aaron. I didn't do it.
Origins of the Backrooms urban legend. We all have scrolled on our phones late at night, and we've all encountered weird reels and short videos. And we definitely have seen the empty yellow rooms popping up on our timelines. They are called the Backrooms, an urban legend that has started from a single thread on 4chan back in 2019. The whole idea is that it's a huge, endless maze of office rooms that exist outside of our reality. It's probably the most famous example of what people call a liminal space, a place that feels weirdly familiar but unsettlingly empty. The legend says that you can accidentally fall into the Backrooms by no-clipping out of the real world. That's a term from video games, meaning you glitch through a solid wall or floor. The original post described it perfectly. You'd be stuck with the stink of old wet carpet and the constant hum of fluorescent lights, with the feeling that something is wandering around in there with you. From that one post, the internet ran with it. People started adding their own ideas, creating a whole universe of lore. They dreamed up different levels, new worlds beyond the yellow wallpaper, and invented creatures and entities that hunt you in the maze. The aesthetic and structure of the Backrooms. This whole phenomenon is tied to the internet's fascination with liminal spaces. The trend of showing normally busy places, like malls or schools, as completely deserted has become huge, with the hashtag liminal spaces hashtag getting hundreds of millions of views on TikTok. You'll even see popular videos where people use Google Earth to zoom in on a random location, claiming they found a secret entrance to the Backrooms. It all adds to the myth. Growth in fandom, expanding lore. It's amazing how quickly the Backrooms took off. Days after the first story appeared, people on Reddit were already spamming their thoughts about it. First, they started sharing stories on the r/creepypasta subreddit, but soon enough, the Backrooms got its very own community, by the name of r/Backrooms. Fans took the original idea and built on it, dreaming up all sorts of new floors. They created places like Level 1, which has an industrial vibe, and Level 2, which is a dark and winding service tunnel. The original yellow room from the photo eventually became known as Level 0. However, the fandom became divided as the plot became more intricate. Some thought that the original concept's straightforward, solitary horror was diminished by all the new levels and monsters. For the purists who wished to concentrate on the first idea, a new group called r/True Backrooms was created. Because there's no official canon, it's difficult to distinguish between what is a joke and what is part of the lore. Nevertheless, the fandom continued to expand and extended to TikTok and Twitter. To list every level, entity, and story, massive fan-made wikis were produced. The Backrooms even started to influence mainstream shows. The creator of the series Severance, Dan Erickson, actually cited the Backrooms as one of his big inspirations. For the longest time, the biggest mystery was the photo itself. Where did it come from? Nobody had a clue. The mystery was eventually solved, according to a Twitter user who made the announcement in May 2024. The pieces were put together by a group of internet investigators on a Backrooms Discord channel, not by a single individual. They used the Wayback Machine, an archive of old websites, to trace the image back to a blog post from 2003. And the source of this otherworldly image? It turns out it was a hobby town in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Before it was a hobby shop, the building had been a furniture store. The photo was taken in 2002, while the place was being renovated. It was one of several pictures uploaded to a blog showing the progress of the work. The infamous photo, with the file name dsc00161.jpg, was a shot of an empty, oval-shaped room. The blog post even mentioned that it had suffered some pretty bad water damage, which is why it looks so weird and decayed. So if you were hoping to visit this legendary spot, you're out of luck. The room from the photo doesn't exist anymore. Today, that part of the building has been completely converted into an indoor RC car racing track. It's wild to think that one of the internet's most haunting images was really a snapshot of a damp, empty room in a Wisconsin hobby shop. the King Pixels web series and film adaptation. Notes: things really exploded in early 2022 when a YouTuber named Kane Parsons, who goes by the name King Pixels, started dropping some incredible short films on the topic. His videos are in a found footage style, and they felt so real that they got millions of views, introducing the Backrooms to a whole new audience and taking it totally mainstream. In fact, his series was so successful that he's now set to direct an official Backrooms movie produced by the studio A24. Government project theories, fiction versus reality. Notes: the government project theory really gets its fuel from the story that Kane Pixels created for his YouTube series. In his version of the lore, he introduces this made-up research company called Async, and in the story, he drops hints that they're secretly working with the US government, or at least trying to. There's even a whole plot point about a secret project, codenamed KV-31, where Async tries to convince the feds to give them funding by pitching the Backrooms as a wild solution to the world's storage problems. But, and this is the most important thing to remember, it's all part of the story. It's a really cool and compelling narrative device, but there is zero evidence that the Backrooms idea is based on any real-world government project. It's all fiction. So why do people get so hooked on this theory? Honestly, it just plugs right into our fascination with a good conspiracy. We love the mystery and paranoia of it all. It's the same reason fans have come up with their own theories, speculating that the Backrooms could be anything from a quantum tunneling experiment gone wrong to some kind of secret off-world prison for people who know too much. Which one sounds more plausible? Tell us in the comments below.
Hey, who's there?
Debunking. Is there any real government connection? Notes: even with all the incredible stories out there, there's absolutely zero proof that the Backrooms are tied to any real government project. The whole thing is a work of fiction that was born and raised entirely on the internet. It's a perfect example of how the internet can make it really hard to tell what's real and what's just a story. But at the end of the day, the Backrooms didn't come from a classified government file. It originated from the incredible imagination of people working together to create a world on the internet. Marvelous verdict. The Backrooms was never a covert government project, according to the final verdict. Although it might seem like a cool idea, the internet's collective imagination is what gave rise to the entire phenomenon, which was ignited by a single arbitrary image from a Wisconsin hobby town renovation. But I'm curious about your opinions. Which Backrooms theory is your favorite, and which level scares you the most? Tell me in the comments below. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.